Hello, everybody. It's Orit here. Welcome to another episode of Essetino Media's weekly Mastermind. This is episode number 144, and Jewel is usually the one to say that, but as you can see, it's just me today. However, Jewel might drop by a little bit later in the live stream. She's actually with her parents right now. Her dad is getting cataract eye surgery. So, he's already gotten it, but she's just helping out with taking them to appointments and stuff. So yeah, she might stop a little bit in later. So for those of you who are new here, welcome. We host these live streams every single Thursday to be a resource for you, to hang out with you, to get to know what's going on in your life, to share wins, all that good stuff, and to connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs as well. So, and for those of you who are not new here, welcome back. We're always happy to see the regulars here, and I already see some in the house. Timothy, thank you so much right off the bat. Wow, you are awesome, Timothy. Always showing your support and showing up here every single week. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Timothy is an amazingly talented artist. So if you're interested in seeing just amazing portraits, airbrush art, different kinds of artwork as well, make sure you check out his channel. Timothy, thank you so much. And we have Roland. Hello, Roland. How's it going? And we have Braden. Braden's in the house. Awesome. And we have Jojo here as well. Thank you so much. You guys are rolling in, and I'll let you kind of continue in with the rolling in. Well, actually, you know what to do. Put in the comments your wins. So every single Thursday, we like to start off these live streams with sharing your wins. Anything that went well this past week, please do let us know. Anything you're proud of, a milestone you hit. I'm going to share mine as well. And while you're doing that, I'll come back to the comments in a second. While you're doing that, I'll just let you know that, today's episode is all about this. You might have seen it in the thumbnail, the compound effect. I'd be interested to know how many of you have already read this. So put that in the comments as well. If you're familiar with the book, have you heard of it? Have you read it? So when you're sharing your wins, put that in the comments for me as well. We're going to be talking about the compound effect today. It's not just a book, but it's a frame of mind. It's a principle, so to speak, for creating more success in your life. And it doesn't just mean on the business side of things. It could be in any area of your life, relationships, finances, your health, all that good stuff, that we're us, achievers and entrepreneurs always striving for. So we're going to talk about that in a bit. But yeah, let's head back to the comments. I see some of you rolling in. Awesome. Product Patrol Cheeks. Hello. It's a hot one in here. Okay, you know what? I know. I was like, it's kind of cold today. So I put on a turtleneck sweater, and you're like, it's June, Orit. What are you doing in a turtleneck? It was cold here today. It's actually warmed up quite a bit. I think it's like 20 something outside right now, but Ontario 31. Wow, that is a hot one. Summer's definitely arrived, I would say. I think it's about to happen. I feel it in the upcoming week. It is June 1st, so it should be coming back. Phil, hello, how's it going? Good to see you on here. And we have Tracy. Good evening, Tracy. Good to see you here as well. All right, and we have some wins coming in. So, Timothy, let's go. I've done my 3 videos for Amazon. Awesome. And waiting for approval into the program. Very cool. So you filmed those 3 videos. Fingers crossed for you to get approved into the Amazon influencer program. You only get 3 tries, so make sure you follow their criteria and instructions very carefully. That's awesome, Timothy, though. I'm glad to hear you're getting that rolling. All right. And Roland's saying, Beth, oh, hi, Beth. How's it going? Beth is watching too. Good to see you, Beth. See you in the internet space out there in my camera lens. Roland says we're waiting in the car for Kyle. He's at a movie. Very cool. I can't remember if I said this in the last live stream or if we shared this, but the last movie that I watched was Fast X, the Fast and Furious, the what is it, 10th, the 10th movie out in that series. And I really loved it, actually. I'm a big fan. Some of them were like, you're just trying. But this past one, I would say, is really good. And I think no matter how many they come out with, I'm going to just continue watching them because I've been a fan from the beginning. And Phil, recent win, 18,000 subscribers on the channel. That's amazing, Phil. Congratulations. I love hearing that you're just growing so fast. The channel's really gaining momentum. I feel like I say that every week, but it's true because you're just sharing this growth with us. It's so cool to hear that. Congratulations. And we have, all right. Oh, we have Jules in the chat saying she's on her way. She'll be in the stream soon. Thanks for popping in, Jewel. I didn't think you'd be able to do that. Okay, so Cheeks is saying, purchase the Amazon influencer course from you guys, completed it, and set up on Amazon, waiting for approval. Amazing, Cheeks. Yes, I love, those of you who have taken, that's actually one of my wins as well to share with you guys. So since releasing the course, we've had a few of you in the community, Cheeks, Tracy, Roland, who else was it? Cheeks, Tracy, Roland. There's someone else that I'm forgetting right now, but Derek Gosser. You guys are taking action with this program, and I love it. I love hearing that and seeing that. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Profitable Reviewer course that we just released, this is I would say, I think two and a half-ish weeks ago. I don't know, time kind of blends in, but very recently we released a course called the Profitable Reviewer, and that's what's scrolling in the ticker down below. And this course just basically is, it shows you how to succeed with this side hustle that anyone can do. Honestly, you don't need any experience, no video editing required, you don't need to be on camera, you don't need to know about marketing, none of that stuff. You simply use your phone, uploading videos to Amazon, videos 90 seconds or less, really simple, nothing high production at all. You don't need to be in them, like I said. And you're able to earn commissions on Amazon. And there's a very specific way for how to do it, how to get approved into the program. And we've vetted it, we've tested it. Some of our students have started earning commissions as in as little as 1 to 2 weeks. And you can really earn some decent money, monthly money, like $1,000 to $1,000 plus, I would say. Some people are making even more, like 5,000 plus. We know we're actually as well we're in a community, and some people are 10,000. So it's pretty cool. It's an exciting opportunity that's available to us right now. And I love hearing you guys taking action with that. And Roland, Derek, Tracy, and you guys are already earning commissions. You took the course right away, started implementing those action steps, and you're earning commissions. That's what I love to hear. Tracy says, have not read it, but it sounds interesting. I prefer audiobooks and listen while I'm driving. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So let me know, guys, in the meantime, if you've read this, if you've heard about it, I'd like to know. So essentially what the compound effect is it's written by Darren Hardy. And this guy he was the editor and CEO founder of Success Magazine. If some of you have heard of Success Magazine, he did this whole thing where he was interviewing really successful people in all areas of life, like entrepreneurs, athletes, big name celebrities, and kind of like what Tim Ferriss did for his podcast. And he just basically compiled this principle or distilled all of this information down into this principle of the compound effect in terms of what really creates success across all of those people. And it's like, no matter what strategy, no matter what tactic you use, no matter what you're trying to succeed in, at the end of the day, it's this compound, this aspect of the compound effect that creates success. So I'll talk about what that is. But yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Gloria, I was answering your question there because I saw your question. So yeah, talking about the compound effect. And welcome. Where are you watching from? Let us know in the chat. All right, Roland, Win, our 33rd anniversary is tomorrow. Wow, amazing. Yeah, that long. Congratulations, Roland and Beth. That is awesome. 33, that's a special number. Very cool. Are you doing anything fun for your anniversary? No pressure if you're not, of course. I know Beth is watching, so. All right, you guys are all saying congrats. Awesome. 4K subscribers, Tracy. Congratulations. That's amazing. I love to hear the growth that you guys have accomplished this past week. Actually, it's not just this past week. It's an aspect of the compound effect. It's you taking the time to place little wins, little pieces of action here and there, laying down brick by brick, and that's what compounds into these wins and into the growth that we're seeing here right now. Fast Series is interesting, Braden says. When they miss, it's still an okay movie. When they hit, it's great. Yeah, I think that's kind of the sentiments of a fan, right? Watching the movie. If you're not a fan and you watch the movie, it's not just okay. It's like, this is a bad movie, as I've heard some people say. But yeah, you definitely, those are my sentiments as well. Okay, Roland, $42.12 commission yesterday. Boom, on Amazon Influencer Program. Yeah, isn't that cool? Like, to someone who's watching this, they're like, oh, what's the big deal? $42, okay? But it's like compounding that daily income. Every single day you can be earning through this Amazon Influencer Program, and that daily income adds up to monthly, to annual, right? So it's so exciting to hear, just even a little bit made, little bits of commissions made through that program. Very cool. And yeah, Jewel is sharing in the chat, had my best day with the Amazon Influencer Program at 94 USD. Yeah, that's pretty cool. $100. That's awesome. And Derek, hello, Derek. Good to see you on here. The course is great, super informative and easy to follow. Got my first couple small commissions over the last couple days. Yeah. And Jewel told me about that, and that's so amazing. I love how fast you took action with the course. So keep going, Derek. Keep going, Tracy. All of you guys, Timothy as well. Keep going with those small wins, small little action steps. Okay, I just want to make sure I got to say hello to everyone before moving on to the topic. Dennis, hello. Dennis is watching from Facebook. I don't know if you actually wrote anything because it's not coming up in StreamYard. It's a blank comment, but happy to have you here, Dennis. And Gloria, you're watching from Florida. Very cool. Welcome. Okay, so let's talk about the compound effect. So this book, I was hearing about this book all the time from from people that I listen to, from a mentor of mine, and it just kept coming up in different places. And one day I was like, I want to go out and get this book. I want to go out and get The Compound Effect. So I went to Chapters, well, called Indigo now here, our local bookstore, and they didn't have it, to my dismay. And I looked all over for this. I asked, do you have it in other locations? And all of their other locations did not have it. You would have to order it. So I asked Jewel to jump onto actually Facebook Marketplace. And I was like, can you see if someone's selling this book? I really want this book. And lo and behold, someone was selling it. So I actually got this book for like $10, which is amazing because it's in such good shape. But it's not a coincidence that, I just kind of felt this urgency to get it, because after I started reading it, and I'm almost done, like I'm not even finished this book, but it's like, you can see here, almost done. A lot has changed since I got this book. It's something that really lights a fire under your butt, again, and it's something that we talk about a lot on this program, or on this channel, and on these live streams. Sorry, I was just taking off that banner there. And it's this aspect of small wins, right? It's this aspect of little decisions made over and over again. Daily decisions, even better. Daily decisions, habits stacked, the same behaviors stacked over and over again. The 1% wins, right? The 1% actions, all of this stuff that we talk about over and over again on the channel is what creates worlds. It creates results. It creates who people become, later on in their lives. And I think in this world now where we're just so inundated with information, and, we have claims of like, get rich here, and, find your perfect mate here. And that just all claims, which can be true, may or may not be true, right? But it's just constantly being inundated with that. We've kind of become a society that wants results fast and now, and short-term gratification. So Darren created this book because I think he started seeing this happen. He wrote this this says copyright 2010. I thought it was, not that old, but he wrote this in 2010, and he started seeing this happen. He's like, we need to get back to what actually creates success in different areas of your lives, and that is the compound effect. So I'm just going to read you this little intro here. And this is why he wrote this book. So he's saying, we're constantly bombarded with increasingly sensational claims to get rich, get fit, get younger, get sexier, all overnight with little effort for only 3 easy payments of $39.95. These repetitive marketing messages have distorted our sense of what it really takes to succeed. We've lost sight of the simple but profound fundamentals of what it takes to be successful. I'm tired of it. I won't sit back and watch these reckless messages derail people any longer. I wrote this book to take you back to basics. I'm going to help you clear the clutter and bring focus to core fundamentals that matter. And, this like the voice that I'm reading, it's a voice that continues throughout the entire book. It's very like you have a business coach sitting beside you, and he's like, snap out of it, stop doing that. Let's do this instead. And it's very practical information. And he actually gives you tangible things to do as well. So even going back into thinking about different results that I've achieved in my life, and thinking back of like, what were those, like, was it a result of the compound effect? What were those repetitive actions that I took over and over again? What were the habits? And if I think back to like, one of the wins this past week was we got another, by the way, 5-figure contract, web design and development contract. And like, that would have been like, I would have never been able to say that previously. Like that, me, like a few years ago, thinking that I'd be able to make that with my design work is just insane. And when I think back to like, what was that a result of a compound effect in its own way? And it absolutely was. It was, it all started with me, with someone that we met in a networking meeting, shared this WordPress program with us, like this WordPress course. And I just got into like learning more about WordPress. And it wasn't even about design. It was just like, how to set up a site in WordPress. But from there it started. And ever since then, I've just been like taking small little action steps in terms of design, whether it's a website or graphics or whatever. But it was through Fiverr, it was through design for my own stuff, for Essetino, for Arit music as well, and just making small tweaks here and there. It was a compound effect of designing like weekly, for years and years. And obviously you're not like, you evolve as a human being, and you learn new things along the way. But the core action of either you learning more about a certain skill or you actually doing that skill over and over again is consistent. And if you have something like that, that's really, that's what creates mastery. I'm sure some of you have heard of like the 10,000 hours you put into a certain skill, and you come out just really being above the rest and above your competition. And I mean, that's just one example, but like, let's go back to releasing my first album. I had to consistently write new songs, consistently go into studio to record them over and over again. And if we're talking about this journey as a whole, like where I am right now today in my business, with my music, with my health, with my relationships, that consistency that has happened over years and years is just really paying attention to the mind. That's the compound effect of personal development. Going like learning books like this over and over again, listening to people that I admire and how they talk and how they think. It's like daily learning and about yourself and becoming more self-aware. And it all compounds. And this is a huge aspect of, actually, one of the reasons why I also got this book is because I want to learn more about investing my money into something where my money is going to work for me. It's going to grow. It's going to compound, right? So that example of even just finances is so powerful as well. And I want to share what he talks about. Like, he calls it the magic penny. And it's just to show you that those small, smart choices, plus consistency, plus time, equals radical results. And so he gives this analogy of, or the story rather, of two friends. One friend takes $3 million, and one friend takes a single penny that doubles in value every day for 31 days. And because they're posed with this, they were asked, like, which would you choose? $3 million right now if I gave this to you, or would you take a penny that doubles for 31 days? And for the friend that took the penny, on day 5, they had 16 cents. On day 10, they had $5.12. With only 11 days left, so on day 20, so 11 days left until 31 days, right? On day 20, they had $5,000 and $243. It wasn't until day 30, where they pulled ahead of the $3 million person and started making 5.3 million. And on day 31, that single penny that doubled was over $10 million. And it happens the same way in business. It's only really like, can you imagine just sitting through day 5, day 6, day 7, and you're comparing yourself to the $3 million success over there, and you're like, oh, I've made a horrible mistake. I'm not seeing any results. I've made a horrible choice. But it's only till like the very end there, the last 2 days, where things just completely change. And that's why sometimes things can seem like an overnight success, but it's really not. It's from all of the boring stuff that happened, the non-success, the non-growth, but really it is, that happened beforehand. It's just a perception that things aren't really happening, but they really are. And that's why we make it a huge habit on every single week on these live streams to share wins, because no matter how small they are, they do count. They're all growth, and it's all going to compound. So, if you're ever feeling like you're maybe comparing yourself to other people's success, or you're not where you want to be, you're just feeling not really motivated, discouraged, defeated, just think about that. Just think about the fact that what you do today, tomorrow, the next day, tiny little action steps, it will count. It has to count by law. That's the law of the compound effect. All right. I'm going to head over to the comments here and just see if you guys are still with me. Sometimes I zone into a topic and I get so lost in it. So let's see where you guys are at here. Gotta find my place. Okay. So Dennis, it's a sticker. I guess they don't show up. I listened to that book years ago while driving to work. Yeah. It's one of those books that you can listen to over and over again. It's kind of like Atomic Habits in a way, right? Atomic Habits, Think and Grow Rich, all of those iconic, legendary books where you read it through, it completely changes your life and your perspective. But later down the road, you got to just keep listening to it because you will always pick up something new. Felix says, I love that book. Even Einstein was a big fan of the compound effect. Yes. The public library, they're great with titles sometimes. Oh, you mean like looking? Yeah, I didn't even think to. It's funny. When I was in high school, even like when I was going to university as well, I would go to the library. Actually, not so much in university, high school and before. I would go to the library all the time, but it just didn't even occur to me this time to think about the library. Dennis, Jewel is going to, she's actually, she's able to jump on here pretty soon. We'll bring her on. She was just away helping her parents take her dad to some appointments. Actually, Jewel, are you here? Are you available? I can bring you on and can continue to go through the comments. Okay, hold on a second.
Hello.
Hello? Are you there? Oops. How's that? Hey, welcome, Jewel Palantino.
I'm on my cell phone in my old bedroom in my childhood home. So that's why you see a lot of purple. This room is lavender. And you can see even the curtains, where am I pointing? Even the curtains are lavender. Those are imported from the Philippines.
I remember those.
This is actually really funny because this room is very significant to me because this is where I was dreaming. This is where I had dreams of a cool, fun life where I was making money on my own, being an entrepreneur. It started in this room. It started in here as a teenager and just staring at the ceiling, staring at that painting there. You can see I even have I'm into Elvis. So I have an Elvis painting thing that used to be a calendar and I made it into a full-on Elvis portrait painting. So it's funny that I'm doing this live stream here in this room because, man, I was like, there were times where I'd be dreaming where it just seemed so far away. And now I'm doing a live stream on my, or we co-host this show and we just like help people, and it's like, it's crazy.
Even these live streams have been a compound effect of creating, of helping grow our community, and becoming closer. I feel closer to you guys. Like, we see each other every week, but it's not, if we weren't doing these live streams, I don't feel like it would just be releasing content and sometimes seeing you guys in the comments, but it's not the same. So I feel like that is just, it's really created a tighter connection in a community here at Essetino Media.
I got some messages, private messages from people asking if my dad is okay, and it's like, oh yeah, he's totally fine. I just took him for a cataract surgery. I didn't know this, but cataract surgery takes like 10 minutes, and that actually got me thinking, because it's a 10-minute procedure, right? And it clears up, like, I don't know, 40, 50 years of eye buildup that, your eyes
I
get.
didn't actually know what it was. I just know you got to get it when you're older.
Yeah, because something happens to your eyes as you get older, and it becomes like harder to see through the lens of your eye, right? And it's like inevitable that most people, when they're older, have to get the eye surgery, right? Even your mom got it. And so it's so interesting that, it takes the eyes, like this buildup of 50 plus years or so. My dad's like 70. And then the nurse, I'm like, how long is this surgery? And then she's like, oh, it's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes. Like, what? 10 minutes to clear up that whole buildup of 50 years?
It's a very productive surgery.
There was so many people in the emergency waiting area, and they just like did like 20 people in one go. It was like crazy.
Awesome. They do that all day, every day, I bet, over there.
It was like second nature to them, and like everybody was like nervous and stuff, but it went totally well. It's fine, doing well. It's really not really that crazy of a surgery, but it's going to be so beneficial for his eyesight.
Awesome. How long is the recovery period?
I mean, I wouldn't say like he's just like walking around like he's downstairs watching America's Got Talent right now, and just like
he's already recovered. Nice. That's good. That's good to hear.
Went to the pharmacy to go get the eye drops as medicine.
Yeah.
The pharmacist was like, "Oh, how are you doing? You look like really good. Did you get the surgery?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got it." And like he didn't even look like he got any surgery.
I think everyone reacts differently. That person's probably not used to it. Brayden is saying the Profitable Reviewer Amazon program is finally motivating me to start my everyday carry channel in earnest. I'm working on the first script right now. That is awesome, Brayden. Yeah, it's just laying those bricks, right? Just keep doing something. Move yourself forward a little bit each week. One script, one video, whatever it is. For those of you who are in the Profitable Reviewer program, or you don't have to be in the course, but you're doing the Amazon Influencer program, your little your actions, your weekly actions, it could be daily or weekly, depending on what you have time for, is creating those videos. And that is what's going to create a compound effect of commissions for you.
Yeah. Go
ahead.
So, because a lot of people put pressure to like make a movement forward, right?
Yeah.
And I want to say that, when we went to Whistler to do that content creation trip, so I actually did not plan to film 2 courses while we were there. I only had planned to film the one course, which is like a different course about YouTube. But that course, how I ended up having like a whole script of an entire course of 30 plus lectures, is I would write one lecture every few days. I didn't even actually do it even every day, because we have a crazy schedule. And so I would just first I had written out all my lectures because I knew what they were going to be. And then when I forced myself every few days to just do 1%. And sometimes, you know, it would take me a couple minutes to write something, and sometimes it'd take me 20 minutes. And then eventually I kept doing that until the entire script was completed. And then by the time we got to Whistler, I didn't have, if I had to write the scripts while we were in Whistler and film, I don't know that the course would have been completed because
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten to the other course. So it was just, I literally did the 1% inch by inch moving forward thing for that particular course writing because it is such a daunting task.
Yeah. It's just, you usually these big daunting projects, you have to break them down into their Lego pieces, their building blocks, right? And I think that, like, it's the same thing with the website right now. You know, I wanted to get the website moving forward on that Whistler trip, and you know, had to reprioritize. But that's actually one of my, you know, after reading this book, I created a habit tracker for many different things. But one of the ones is to work on the website every week. And it's just so fulfilling to color in those blocks every week and see it actually moving forward. And it's not like the pressure of having to get the entire project completed. It's just, okay, let's just do, like, let's write the copy for this section. Or let's get, you know, let's find a picture for this part of the page. Let's get the page done. You know, one page turns into 2 pages, turns into 3, and then eventually you have a completed website or project. So just breaking it down into the building blocks is what compounds. It actually goes, it's true. The converse is true as well. Like the opposite. If you're if you're compounding bad behaviors, bad habits, things that, you know, don't align with your goals or where you want to go, like, let's say, you know, if you're trying to lose weight, but then you happen to eat like bags of chips every day. It's a random example. That's going to compound, right? It's going to take you off course completely in the opposite direction. It may not seem like much now, the one bag of chips, but then doing that tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, you know, the opposite is true as well. It happens whether you're conscious of it or not. The compound effect works whether you're conscious of it or not.
I definitely did the chips one for sure. I did this for 5 years. I have it very well documented in my brain, and it was from 2012 to 2018. The compounding of the junk food, and then, you know, I all of a sudden look in the mirror and I'm like, whoa, like I look different now. And it took me a while. I'm still on my journey of losing weight, but yeah, if you see some of my older videos, I look different.
You don't need to lose any more weight, Jill. You're fine as is. But yeah, we're always striving to get better. Like, we all have our own goals. Like, you know, I want you guys out there listening to this, I want you to think about a goal that you have and, you know, think about what new habits or disciplines or behaviors, just the small things, right? The one percenters. What can I start to implement? What will move me towards the direction of that goal? And on the opposite end of that, like on the other side of the coin, is what behaviors or habits do I need to stop doing so that it also gets me to that goal? Darren gave another metaphor out of the book, was where he was saying, think about an airplane that is traveling from LA to New York, so across the United States, right? If the nose, like while the plane's in LA, if the nose is tilted even just 1%, either up in that direction or more south in that direction, it's not going to get to New York, because that 1%er, yeah, it's going to compound so that you're going to end up upstate from New York in a completely different state or further down. And that's just like, you know, I thought it was a great metaphor for just what we're dealing with here today.
It's very much how life goes.
Yeah.
Really.
Derek says, I bet you sound great. I want to check out your music. Oh, Derek, I'll share a link with you in Instagram. Yeah, I thought I was, when Thunderstruck was being released, I was putting that all over on Instagram, but I had a different account. It was under Leora Music, not under Reed Eslin. So I know some people still haven't heard it. So I will send you a link, Derek. Timothy says, is this similar to the butterfly effect? I'm actually not familiar with the butterfly effect. Are you, Jewel?
I think, remember that Butterfly Effect movie with Ashton Kutcher? It was kind of.
Yeah, I remember the movie. I don't remember what happened in the movie, but I remember Ashton Kutcher, Butterfly Effect, the movie.
Definitely some crazy stuff. I think it ended on a positive note, but it was basically like the trajectory of one event, trickling to the others. And in a sense, I would, yes, but this is more of like being aware of doing the same action over and over again and compounding. Yeah, in a good way.
So if that's, is there a book on that, Timothy? Is that a book as well? But yeah, that sounds very similar to this book. So we have someone on Facebook, as a rule. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Welcome. He says, good to see you live. I didn't know you were having a live today. Otherwise, I would watch it from the start. Yes, every single Thursday at 6 p.m. PST or 9 p.m. Eastern, we go live. So definitely join us next time, but you're always free to watch the replay. Yes, Timothy says, you and Joel have created an amazing community. I agree. I think like attracts like, and just by being ourselves in the way that we think, in the way that we talk, I think we attract other people that have those same kind of values and beliefs. So I very much agree. It's a hugely supportive community here. Those eye doctors make more money in a day than an Amazon influencer.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. But they would have to, they work, I think, a lot harder than an Amazon influencer.
Yeah, they need to be really right.
Timothy asks, did you use ChatGPT for any of those scripts for the course?
I did not. So for me, with doing YouTube videos and course creation and talking about topics that I do know quite well, I feel like it would take me longer to work with a ChatGPT to do it. And I feel like it would not know how because I honestly, I just need bullet points and I can just splurge out with words and do it myself.
Yeah.
If I have to read what ChatGPT is giving to me, I'm probably going to make more mistakes and it's going to take longer.
Yeah, I feel like I've been using AI for different things, and I prefer to use it for quick, small outputs like headlines or something like that, rather than full on scripts or, longer pieces of text. Because it definitely, it requires a little bit more work. And I'm still kind of experimenting with creating better outputs. And actually there's going to be a video coming out this week or next week about this list of prompts and commands that helps you create better outputs. Essentially, it's like, let's say you wanted to output a video script. There's a way to tell it, like the command or the prompt, what you say in that prompt really matters in terms of giving it more context. And the more that you give it, obviously, the better output it produces. So there's like, at least on the Jasper side, I don't know about ChatGPT, but you could use the commands and prompts on ChatGPT as well. It doesn't matter. But they have this resource that allows you to like copy and paste and just basically put in your information, and it creates a better output rather than you just asking it, can you give me a video script on this topic? So yeah, that's a tutorial going to be coming out soon. Dennis says that means the pilot's been drinking. Yeah, the 1%, the tilt of the nose, definitely. A pilot who has not been paying attention. I agree. The compound effect and the butterfly effect are two concepts that describe different phenomena but share a common principle of cumulative impact over time. There you go. I wonder how they're different. Now I'm curious. But yeah, both using that same principle, 1%, cumulative. A butterfly flaps its wings in the Amazon and a hurricane develops in the Caribbean.
That's
I
crazy.
don't know. That's I don't know what to think about that, Brayden. The butterfly effect is a concept that originates from chaos theory. Oh, chaos theory, yeah. That's probably why, Einstein and all those guys back then as well, it kind of originated from their work that they did in physics. It was developed by a meteorologist who noticed that tiny changes in his computer program would lead to huge changes. Yeah. So there's countless examples and applications to the compound effect. But yeah, I highly recommend this book, you guys. We're probably going to wrap up soon here in a bit, but I just want to say, like, if you're looking for a kick in the butt, if you're looking for a good reset, if you're looking for, just better understanding why we tell you to stack the small wins and why the 1% tiny actions create massive results, this explains it perfectly. So it's a great
We
read.
all need in the butt.
Pardon me?
We all need a kick in the butt.
Yeah, I think definitely from time to time, a good kick in the butt matters. That the wind created by a butterfly's wing can help create a tornado on the other side of the continent. Oh, okay. Thanks, Timothy, for explaining that. Got it. I feel AI would take just as long as just doing it by myself, but for different reasons. Yeah, it can. I found sometimes the AI takes even a little bit longer than doing it on my own, which is why I think the application that you use AI for really matters. It's not like a blanket statement of AI saves time. Yeah, and I also think the person who's using the AI, like the what the standards that they have and the type of output that they're after, for that kind of a person with higher standards, it might take a little bit longer than someone who just needs something quick and to put it out there. Someone who's more concerned with quantity over quality, AI could be a really great tool for that, but more so quality, maybe, the outputs of making sure it lands with your voice, your brand voice, all this kind of stuff that we have to think about when we're putting out content. I think there's a little bit more work that needs to be done there. I have access to Bard, but seem to go back to ChatGPT. Check out, oh, there's so many, right, Sonic? I think Timothy, someone was mentioning about Bing, the AI on Bing, which I haven't tried that yet. But apparently that one's good for images as well.
Sorry, I'm on my cell phone, so my fingers probably like I'm looking at the comments and stuff.
Oh, no worries. I'm just reading them out for you then. I bet that helps. Timothy says, what I love about ChatGPT is that you can have an ongoing conversation with it. Yeah, I think that's the cool aspect about it. It's like kind of like your virtual assistant, your personal assistant. You could talk to it like it's just a regular chat with a friend, and it responds back with like, sure, no problem. I'll help you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it gives you a little bit of that conversation before it gives you the output, which is fun. I like that they did that. I feel like in the future we'll start to see these AI platforms each have their own like personality in a way, and yeah, that's probably like a unique selling point to see which AI you work with best, because they'll become like people. It would be amusing to load 100 or so of your videos into an AI program and see what it outputs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like what is the summary of these videos that I'm giving you? 100 of those videos. Yeah. That's interesting. So many cool applications with AI coming. But yeah, guys, that is, I just wanted to share that book with you, that principle with you, why it matters. I saw Braden, you just ordered it. That's amazing. Yeah, it's a powerful read. So if you haven't read it, or if you have in the past, definitely pick it up again.
Awesome. Well, I think I
Continue my style last week. Sorry, go ahead.
sorry. I think I do need to head back downstairs. And but yeah, really great live stream that you did, Arit, with the compound effect. I actually have not listened to it. I do know the simple story of it, like with the penny thing. I've heard that before, and I already have it queued up in my Audible. So that's the next book that I'm going to be listening to. I'm currently listening to The Psychology of Money, which is an interesting book. It's not really, it's more like a lot of stories about it in a calming way based on the audiobook. And it's not what I thought it was going to be, where it was like, it's just really different, but I like it and I would recommend it. But yeah, Compound Effect is the book after.
All right, cool. Timothy is going to get the book. He says, so glad your dad is feeling good. Tracy says, good night. Yes, thank you so much to everyone for tuning in this evening. Happy always to see you in the chat. And Timothy, thank you so much as well for that donation right in the beginning of the live stream. We appreciate you. Have a great rest of the week, everyone, and we'll see you next week, next Thursday, 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. Bye for now.